Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach, and this is my review of Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. So, have I ever reviewed a cartoon on this channel ever? There were those short that one. It was like what, one or two short tracks that were animated. So anyway, this is atypical, but I have an idea for a comic that's kind of Street Fighter meets Mortal Kombat. The basic story is you have the typical, martial arts competition on an island, and you have these kind of like, bright, happy, Street Fighter heroes, and then they get in a match with like, a Sub-Zero or Scorpion type, and then the Scorpion will like rip his face off, spit fire, like burn one of them to death, and then throw a spike right through the guy's head. And then all the Street Fighter people are like, what the hell? We thought this was a karate competition. And they're just like running out into the jungle trying to get to the boat. And then it basically turns into a Predator movie. But anyway, so I was like, I kind of know these franchises. I need to research them more. So I started, Googling and reading, wikis on the Mortal Kombat timeline, the continuity, and it's freaking insane. Like every video game, every movie basically just takes whatever they like and just adds new stuff. So, I mean, there's a basic through line of there's a competition, and it's has some certain rules, but once people yell Mortal Kombat, like it has to be to the death, and the Nether Realm and the Earth. Okay, yeah, all that type of stuff. But and I had seen the movie, like the 1995, 1994 movie. I like the Street Fighter movie more, the live action one. But anyway, so I heard this one was good. In fact, I had heard it was good several times from several people. They were like, "You got to check this out. It's good." So basically, it's the Mortal Kombat movie told again from the point of view of Scorpion. Are they trying to make him a good guy? No, he's not a good guy. They're trying to make him, kind of sympathetic a bit. So it starts off, and we're in Japan, in I don't know what time. It feels like doesn't feel like it was modern Japan, but anyway, there's a martial artist whose son and wife are killed. Now, I assumed that it was, when they showed the kid, I thought it was going to be the origin, because the dad looks like he's like in his 50s or so. I mean, he's very powerful, but he looks older. So I was like, I feel like it's weird that he's so old. It's like, does anyone remember the Robin Hood movie with, what's his name? Russell Crowe? And it was the origin story. Russell Crowe was like 43 when they shot it. And at the end, they're like, and the adventure continues. I'm like, what is the average length of a life in this time? Isn't he basically like elderly? So I went through the whole scene assuming the kid was going to live and the dad was going to die, because I thought the kid was going to be Scorpion. But no, it's the dad. It's the dad. And I don't know if that was just like a bait and switch, or it was just an assumption on my part. But I thought it was kind of interesting that, they did something I didn't expect. So then Scorpion goes down to Nether Realm, which is basically hell. He meets this one guy who I blank on his name, and he gets tortured by him, and then he gets a deal with the devil. There's kind of I have some issues with Mortal Kombat. I have a lot of issues with the franchise in general. Number one, I grew up, with Marvel superheroes, and you had the official handbook of the Marvel universe, and you knew how many tons that Spider-Man could deadlift. You knew all of these specs. So when someone goes down to hell and all of a sudden they can fight demons, I feel like I need to call a timeout. I go, okay, I need an explanation. When you go to hell, do you get infused with like hell energy so you're more powerful than you were on Earth? Or like, how can he fight a demon? I need this explained to me. But there seems to be the implication that maybe like the strength of his will allows him to, transcend his, the mortal flesh, and maybe, I don't know. So the other thing that is an issue specifically with this is that there have been a ton of DC animated movies. They just churn them out. I don't know, like 4 a year. And I remember like 10 years ago, I was really excited. And then by like 6 years ago, I was just sick of them. They tend to be very formulaic. In fact, even the backgrounds will look the same, in multiple different of these movies. Is the animation quality? I would say it's quality, but there's just something very formulaic about all of them. So I just check out. That's why I reviewed it on my other channel, but there's this animated movie on Netflix called Motherfuckers, MFKZ. And when you see something that isn't formulaic, it's like your eyes have been washed. God, what are there, like 30 or 40 of these DC animated movies? I even when I try to watch them, they're so done by committee that I can't take it. So when you see this and you're like, oh, it's the DC animated style, and then you see the fatalities, but like the fatalities are like, when someone's cut in half, it's just this giant like bloody mass with a bone in the middle. It's like, this looks like it's from a freaking Bugs Bunny cartoon. Now, some of them they gave more detail, but a lot of them are kind of like, this is a little silly looking. But they do establish that it's more intense than your average DC Warner animated, straight to whatever streaming movie, whatever. Do they even make DVDs anymore? You used to say straight to VHS, then you said straight to DVD. Now what do you say? Straight to streaming? Yeah. Anyway, so then we get the typical scenario. They have these competitions once a generation. If you win 10 of them in a row, you get to take over the other realm, I think, or get the other realm to leave you alone. It's not like Earth gets to take over hell, if they win. They're just like, leave. This feels, honestly, it does kind of feel like it's pretty fair, because hell has to win 10 times in a row. But hell does have people with superpowers, and Earth has people who do push-ups, so I just feel like there's a lot of mismatch. Part of my little Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat mashup is that it makes no sense that humans are fighting demons, especially with demons with 4 arms. It's not even a demon with 2 arms. And these demons are still like 3 feet taller. They're like a half a ton of muscle. And then they're like, this is Sonya Blade. She's an army soldier who went to boot camp and then kept exercising after boot camp. Like, what? At least with Liu Kang, they show some kind of like energy, like he's got like, the freaking Iron Fist or some shit like that. Like Jax, I know Jax gets metal arms. It's a risky operation, but I think he thinks it's worth it. But like Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, they're just people. They're just people who exercise. Why are you just not running away? They're like, you got to fight Gore. They're like, oh, okay, the fate of the world. But like, I still don't believe you would beat them. Although it's kind of a moot point because Earth wins because Scorpion basically, you got to watch it. But overall, for a franchise that I don't know much about, I feel like Mortal Kombat should not be a fighting game, but it should just be a chasing game. It should just be your human character just like running through the jungle away from these demons. But for a franchise I'm not that into, that I like I think Street Fighter is more fun. It's silly. It's more colorful. I like Street Fighter franchise. I don't like the Mortal Kombat franchise. So it's even more incredible that I like this and I was watching it 5+ minutes at a time, which is difficult for me. But it is a recommend. It was good. The animation was good. The story was solid. There were a couple little jokes. It gets a little silly, Billy. It's weird to have like silly little kid humor. Like Johnny Cage thinks that these demons are special effects. But then like you have people getting their arms ripped off. I was laughing because I had a friend who watched this. I go, the way people react to watching a friend's arms pulled off is the way I react when I spill a soda in the car. Like, I feel like they're underplaying like the terror and the drama of the moment. They're just like, Oh gee, oh god, like that. You know the drive-through. They don't put the plastic top on the styrofoam cup. They don't put it on correctly, and then when you grab it, you kind of squeeze it, and the top comes off. The soda spills. Like that's how Sonya Blade reacted to Jax getting his arms pulled off. It was the same level of surprise and shock and terror as spilling soda on yourself in the car. But I'm just saying, like, I think the tone is a little off for something that's about viciously getting murdered by demons from hell. But overall, it was good. It was enjoyable. It was fun. It was well done. They had some good voice actors. Joel McHale was Johnny Cage. Jennifer something from Arrow was Sonya Blade. It was good. I liked it. So anyway, go check it out. Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. I saw it on Amazon Prime Video. It was included. Actually, no, I don't even know if it was included. I think I had to pay for it. I don't know. I think you might have to pay for it everywhere. It might be on that DC streaming, but then I'm hearing like that's getting melded into some other thing. I don't know. Whatever. You got whatever, the $3.99, whatever it is to rent it. Yeah, it's worth it. Thanks for watching. Bye.